Welcome to the Metal Gear universe here at Metal Gear Explained. We have some good breakdowns right now. Just a quick comparison, going to give you guys a quick look and extra details about this game if you're new. And if you're returning, then feel free to share some thoughts and things that you find in this game. Let's go ahead and get it started. You're going to be watching the brand new trailer that was released during the Summer Game Fest, and this is special stuff because there's a lot of gameplay elements and trying to put together recreations and trying to give you guys the best visuals. A lot of key things here to do for you guys when it comes to this comparison. And one thing I got to say is, of course, these are different eras. One game isn't better than the other because of the times they came out. It was different, so graphics will be 100% better on the new one, but that doesn't mean you need to worry about what was better or not. We don't want to get into too heavily of a conversation about that. That's kind of petty. I'm gonna just say what it is, but let's go into some things like this comparison, and you're watching it in full motion. And the reason why wanted to start off with this here, you can see a lot of the cinematics that are super special, very important. They're actually recreated exactly. It's not like they just rearranged and changed all of it. And there's going to be a lot of nitpicking from the community. Not from me necessarily. I'm not going to be wasting energy to overload with that, in my opinion. But let's go ahead and look at more comparisons as we go. I'm going to restart this and give you guys a quick look at some more original presentations, and then of course the remake version of all of this. And as we know, the Metal Gear series came out in the 2000s, and now it's 2024, and this game doesn't have official release date yet, but we're hopeful that it comes out in 2024. If not, 2025 is fine with me. But you can see these visuals are very special for its time, and they look very good. And, at that time, these things were groundbreaking and extraordinary. I just want to point that out because I have always been somebody who's loves and admires all the very cool technology and advancements, not just in games, but in overall in our society. I'm a big fan of it. So details in this game were very special, and there's no such thing as, oh, this looks very dated, because the truth is it was revolutionary of it at its time. But now we're going to get into the remake and let you get a deeper look at what this has. And you can just tell the details are top tier, from the very hair on these guys' head to the reflections with the lights, the sun, and so much more. It is extreme. I'm talking about extremely more advanced than ever. There's no way that anybody, any hater, can say this looks bad. I would think if you're a fan of the series, you would be very hypnotized, mesmerized by all of this. Even the facial expressions, okay? These are things that we didn't have as much back then the way we will for this one. So I just want to replay and go through the experience overall and see how the game plays. There's very powerful scenarios with the boss, Solid Snake. I mean, wow, I just sounded like a bad journalist. Solid Snake did not exist when this game came out. You guys know I'm a big fan. Big Boss, Naked Snake. I was trying not to say Naked Snake because his code name ends up being Naked Snake. Spoiler alert. But yeah, so just you can see right here, I just wanted to do the breakdown on this. You can see every detail. Just look at the actual reflections from the sun. It looks more realistic. All of it. Extra details that are just incredible. And I mean, this goes throughout everything. Look at the characters and how much detail in the hair, how much detail in the actual texture of the suit, the leather, gloves, the sword. Everything has extreme detail, unlike the original. Not downplaying the original, guys. This is a amazing classic. It's a perfect 10 when it released. But now that we have all of this, this is next level stuff. And this sequence alone, guys, this sequence alone, one of my favorite sequences is Snake meeting Ocelot and going through all these battles here with his unit. Very cool stuff. You could just tell, like, wow, they really are not going to destroy what we loved. And they're just going to fix it. And that, to me, is exactly what we deserve. So it's exciting and it's interesting, and I just wanted to bring you a full comparison. Now, I want to sit back and just talk about some of the actual comparisons that you'll get. There's going to be gameplay changes 100%. The game was old. One thing that I hope that doesn't change, that I'll nitpick, is the minor details. And I've said this over and over. Things like destroying the food or armory. That's an exciting, interesting thing. That's very small detail, but it's fun because you get to mess with the enemies and the dynamics of the scenarios change. But other things like graphics, as far as visuals, these animations look exactly the same. They don't look like they changed anything for the cutscenes. And if they did, as long as it's not drastic changes, because they said they're keeping the story, the characters, the core experience the same, I am okay with that. I'm curious what you guys feel, because not everybody has that thought. People are very pessimistic. I've already seen people online criticizing things like, oh, why isn't it all yellow like the original, where they try to make it look like if it was a 60s game, and why does it look more realistic? And that's outrageous to me. I think people are just clowns, but I understand at the same time, right? I get it that you want that authentic feel, the filter over it, but for me, this is the most realistic you're going to get. Why would you want to destroy that with that filter? Why not have it as an option in the settings to turn on and off, which I will turn it off. Maybe on a playthrough after like my 4th time, I might turn it back on, but why? It just doesn't make sense to me. And I don't mean to take shots at anybody, but if that's you, just feel free to express it in the comments. It's more about a discussion to try to understand you. I just can't comprehend it, because in the end of the day, 2024, I want better graphics, upgraded game in every aspect. And so for those minor nitpicking, I will look into them, have conversations when the game releases, but that's not a big deal for me. What is the gameplay. And we've seen with these comparison videos that I'm doing here, all of the gameplay is authentic to the experience. And I do think that it will work just fine. And it's going to be incredible when we do finally get the full experience. And so that's my take on the current state. Of course, raw gameplay is coming, and I'm going to cover that for you guys possibly on Tuesday, a couple days from releasing this video. So probably be watching that by the time this comes up. It should be popping up on screen. Appreciate you guys. Go ahead and check that out, and make sure you like and comment here so we can get this channel going. I do have my main channel where I cover all gaming news, not just Metal Gear. You can go keep up with me over there as well, because I have some Metal Gear information I'm going to drop. Check that out. I'll see you guys there. Peace.